Alright, so after watching The Flash, even though I still don't really like Andrew Mill's version of The Flash, I still do really like the fact that they redeemed his version of The Flash really good. And what came to mind was, why not make a versus video for fun? And this video was originally DCEU Flash versus MCU Makkari, but then I thought, why not spice it up and have this version of The Flash run a gauntlet on other speedsters? So the speedsters I thought of were, of course, MCU Makkari, and then Fox movie X-Men Universe Quicksilver. And I would have used the MCU Quicksilver, but
you didn't see that coming.
You know. And then A-Train from The Boys TV show, then Red Rush from that animated show called, and the CW TV series Barry Allen, The Flash, from The Flash. And so, like, since this video is made for fun, I'm going to be going more like off the dome describing the characters, but at the same time, but don't worry, I keep up and watch the MCU and DCEU. I watch The Boys and Invincible very religiously. And okay, so I watched The Flash, but I'm gonna keep it a buck. No disclaimer, I did fall off the show because when they started connecting other shows with it, I fell off because it threw me off. But at the same time, I did watch a compilation video of all of this version of The Flash, like feats and abilities and stuff. I read his battle wiki, you know, to help me out to understand the context more and all that good shit. And hopefully none of that stuff is missing anything. And I'm going to be describing the characters very well, since I'm going off more of what was shown in their movies and shows, and doing my research to back up and help better describe the characters with their speed, their strength, their durability, their hacks, and overall how, like, you know, they fight and as they are as a character and yada yada. And yeah, and to add this funny thing in the video, okay, so I was gonna add Sonic from the live action movies in this video, you know, to take on the DCEU Flash, but at the same time, I actually have not watched those movies yet. I'm waiting until they, you know, introduce Shadow, because Shadow is my favorite Sonic character, and I know about the post-credit scene in Sonic 2, but that's not good enough. I want to actually, you know, to see Shadow introduced in these movies as a character and put some respect on his name, you know. And yeah, but other than that, sorry to ramble. Now it's time to get started with DCEU Flash versus, I'm not saying all his goddamn names. But all right, let's get started. Okay, so to be blunt, this character is blatantly many times faster than light. So I'm gonna throw out an over explanation and then a simple take on it. Alright, so in Justice League, both versions, Mans is able to bob and weave resurrected Superman, who made Wonder Stripper, yes, I said Wonder Stripper, made her look like a snail. In the previous movie, BVS, both him and her are shown to be relative to each other in a battle against Doomsday. You know, reacting, dodging, blocking, dashing, and flying, and countering, etc, of Doomsday's strikes and his heat vision. And heat vision is pretty much stated to be fast like a beam of light, and Doomsday is also able to react and catch Superman flying at him. Alright, and Man of Steel, Supes is able to fly away from that weird void thing sucking in the Kryptonian members and materials, and Adele's pretty much says it's basically like a black hole, and in order to escape a black hole's gravitational pull, you gotta be faster than light. So for the Flash to be faster than an even more better in all categories Superman and Justice League, it's pretty good for him, And for the simple take, basically, Barry tells Batman when he approaches and goes beyond the speed of light, he starts fucking with time, and in the 4-hour cut, he literally rewinds time after the Mother Box Unity blew up the planet. Alright, there you go for his speed. I had to say all that, you know, back everything up. Now for his strength, combat, and hacks, and how tanky he is, he has displayed he's gotten better at hand-to-hand combat and shown to be pretty strong in the Flash movie. Like when he took on the Kryptonian soldiers along with his alternate timeline younger self, from drop kicking, grabbing and breaking spines, punching the fuck out of them and phasing his arm through a soldier's chest and killing them with relative ease. Oh yeah, so this Flash hacks and abilities in this movie is pretty good. Thank God. He's able to phase through stuff, spin around, and make tornadoes to make it attack people. When he runs, he can build up an electrical charge and disperse the electrical energy out of his hands, like he's doing Gohan's Masenko. Yes, I referenced Dragon Ball Z in this video. But like, he built up enough charge, like from running not that long, and he dispersed that energy out, and it was enough energy to pop Zod's top soldier like a freaking balloon. Pretty crazy. And if he runs long enough, he's able to build up a charge powerful enough to help Cyborg bypass the planet-altering Mother Box community. And for his time abilities in the Flash movie, Barry and his younger timeline alternate self went out their way to try to prevent Michael Keaton's Batman and Latina Supergirl's canon event. Yes, I said canon event. I had that meme in this video. I had to. But they were basically instantly going backwards in time and reaching that weird sense of time dimension and restarting the timeline where at the time where they left off at. And Barry pretty much in this movie was pretty much being able to go backwards, forward, and yada yada in time. Mans is basically able to casually fuck with time now. It's kind of crazy. For his durability, he's not really tanky like at all, since he can still get harmed by bullets, flying debris, energy-based weaponry shooting at him, and get the wind knocked out of him when he gets his run disrupted, and he gets a great impact hitting the ground. But he does have the ability to heal his wounds at will once he put his mind into it. And during a situation, if there's food around, he will literally go out of his way to eat it to keep his energy up, since, you know, his metabolism runs faster than a regular human. Get it? Like what I did there? His metabolism runs faster than a regular human. Okay, I'll stop. But yeah, so I mentioned majority of this version of the Flash like stuff. I would have mentioned like more stuff, but I'm going off the dome because like I remember this character pretty well and his continuity pretty well. And yeah, so now to the next character to describe. Alright, so Makkari is a member of the Eternals, who are basically just robo-gods. Makkari is shown to pretty much be a master of her speed and abilities. She can sense vibrations even from the tiniest of movements, able to start running super duper fast immediately, move characters like from her fellow Eternals to regular human beings without like giving them whiplash, from running a great distance across the planet in just a few seconds, able to react and dodge similar speeds of attacks coming at her very smoothly. When she runs, there's like that breaking the sound barrier thing. I can't really describe it, but it's that thing, that air thing around her body when she runs, so she's pretty much breaking the sound barrier when she runs. I am pretty confident to say she can move at speeds of light, since with her battle with Icarus, when she made him get more serious, right, he was able to like move to her just to grab her, and he's shown pretty much to fly from the earth to the sun in a matter of moments. And just like Makkari, he too is shown to like go super duper fast like immediately. And from what I read, right, it takes a matter of minutes for the light from the sun to hit the earth, and he did it in a few moments. So, and she scales to him, so I'm pretty confident she can move at light speed and stuff like that. She's able to take out deviants and tango with Icarus, who Icarus is basically the most powerful member of the team. She not only is just like fast, right, she's pretty freaking strong and durable. Okay, so the deviants are shown to be able to withstand blows to a certain degree till, you know, they get defeated from the powerhouses of Icarus and Gilgamesh, and she can take out deviants with her strikes. During a scene in a movie, the Eternals are having dinner, right? And they throw out a line basically that they were helping out the Asgardians in battles and stuff. And from what we've seen from the Asgardians, we know how powerful they are. And Makkari is up here taking on Icarus and putting the hurt on him, since she's making him grunt with her strikes, momentarily overpowering him, throwing him around, dragging him around, also dodging a great deal of his strikes, stacked with her withstanding blows from a sucker punch, or was that a bitch slap? Whatever it was, but when she got hit by Icarus, she got back up immediately and started fighting again. It made Icarus get more serious in the fight. And when he got a hold of her, he shot his I-beam energy attack at her. The same attack they shot old boy with, attempting to kill him, and he was like caving in the ground when he shot him with that damn thing. And even though that beam did hurt her, she got back up moments later and, you know, got back to fighting again. She's shown pretty much to be a great fighter overall, and went to fight dirty, pulling a whole Bully Maguire, throwing some dirt in Icarus' eyes and stuff. And you know, she's been living for thousands of years. So Makkari is shown to have some good speed, pretty powerful and durable, and good in the combative skill department, and have some really great senses. Okay, so as I'm editing this video, I saw a screenshot, and It's kind of changed everything, but okay, so there's this thing that states that she's the fastest female in the universe. So going off of that, that means she's faster than Captain Marvel. So remember that scene in Endgame when she is shown to bring Tony Stark and Nebula to Earth before the ship ran out of air, which Tony states that they was gonna run out of air the next day, aka a matter of hours, right? It takes sunlight up to 5.5 hours to reach Pluto. And that ship Captain Marvel brought to Earth was definitely far as fuck away from Earth's solar system. So this changes a lot. So what I'm gonna do is I'm pretty much gonna have Makkari divided in 2 parts, like what was shown in the movies in that statement. So yeah, but yeah, I just wanna throw this in as I'm editing. So all right. But okay, so time to get started with the fight. Okay, so for this fight, right, going off what was shown for Makkari, she is definitely stronger, more tankier, a better fighter, and her sense of sensing vibrations by the tiniest of movements really is a great for like battlefield awareness type shit. But the thing is, this Flash is definitely faster than her. Like, I can scale Makkari up to, you know, being up there with light speed, you know, but the way I scaled and showed that example of the Flash bobbing and weaving Superman, he's definitely just many times faster than light compared to Makkari. But the thing is, okay, technically, if, you know, Flash throws strikes at her in the fight, right, he won't be able to do enough damage to her. But the thing is, okay, so something I didn't mention earlier, kind of on purpose because I don't really count it. Okay, so like in Justice League, right, the Flash runs into Aquachad. Yes, I said Aquachad. When he runs into him, right, he pretty much knocks the wind out of him. I really don't count that because he was mainly focused on trying to restrain Superman and he didn't expect to get hit by the Flash. And in that movie, him and Wonder Stripper, yes, I said Wonder Stripper, were pretty much shown to be on the same level. And if I count that, right, it kind of contradicts what the Flash did in The Flash when he was putting his heart and soul in defeating those Kryptonian soldiers. And those Kryptonian soldiers are definitely under Man of Steel Superman. And, you know, like, I really don't count that, you know. But at the same time, you know, Makkari, along with the other Eternals, aren't shown to be immune to Hack's abilities, like, you know, phasing. This Flash can just phase his arm through her chest or head and just kill her that way. So, like, it's like he's faster than her and has a Hack's ability that negates her durability. So he can defeat her going for that. But the thing is, going off that statement changes everything. Like, it's not even fair going off the statement, right? Because, like, all right, so Tony Stark is shown to be the top smartest character in the MCU. And he threw out a line, basically, him in that ship was basically a bunch of light years away from Earth. And Captain Marvel flew that ship to Earth in a short period of time. Even if you want to say within an hour, which doesn't really make any sense why Captain Marvel would take her time to get to Earth in the spaceship. Since, going on the statement, since Makkari's faster than her, she will literally speed blitz and one-shot this Barry Allen without him realizing anything. Like, even if he goes for, you know, trying to move, she'll sense the vibrations and just defeat him. and then, plus, this Barry isn't shown to be a tank. Like, he can still get affected by, like, bullets and stuff like that. And Makkari can damage people who are way more tankier than taking on bullets and stuff like that. And, like, don't get me wrong, he's pretty strong, but he's like a glass cannon low-key. But at the same time, Makkari would easily defeat this Barry going off that statement. And for both the characters, right, going off what was shown and off the statement, right, off what was shown, I can see Makkari getting a dub out on him, and then for the statement, I can see the dub going into the Flash favor if they, you know, end up underestimating each other. But at the same time, it wouldn't really be in character because in the Flash, even a mere human, the Flash would literally just go out of his way just to dodge him. And then for Makkari, she is a serious fighter, and I highly doubt she'll just underestimate him type shit. So, there you go. Off of what was shown, Barry can easily defeat her. But, going off that statement, Makkari can easily defeat him with relative ease. So, yeah. Alright, now to introduce the other speedster, right now. Okay, even though the Fox movie X-Men Universe Quicksilver is freaking cool AF, He got that swag. He objectively carried the X-Men movies on his shoulders. Minus Days of Future Past. But like Quicksilver and his showings was very weird to try to scale, okay? So my goal is to try to make him as powerful and as fast as possible. All right. He is able to move way faster than bullets, was able to run in and out and play around while saving majority of the characters out of the mansion before it exploded. When Storm shot her lightning at Jean, he moved so fast the lightning was moving as if it was nearly frozen in time. Okay, I can try to calculate how much faster Quicksilver was compared to the lightning, but I'm gonna be vague and scale Quicksilver off of something faster. I know we hate the Wolverine origins, but at the same time, there is something cool to base off that movie. Okay, so when Logan battled Death, I refuse to call that Abomination Dead. That Abominable. Yeah, there you go. Abominable. When that thing shot its eye blast at Wolverine, Mans was able to react, move his arms, and block the energy eye beam attack. So going off of Dark Phoenix, Scott in that movie shot his energy eye beam at a glass window and bounced it off the window to tag a different character. It basically functioned like a beam of light, and Quicksilver made the Wolverine look slow as fuck in Days of Future Past. And I know what you're saying, but hear me out, hear me out. My goal is to make Quicksilver as fast as possible, damn it. So scaling him off of that and Storm of Lightning, I could basically have him simply faster than light in both travel and combat, reaction timing, and all that good stuff. Okay, for the strength department, along with, you know, the speed, amping up everything, just throwing it out there, he is shown with a finger to casually knock out a grown man, kick to bust open a locked door, pick furniture and pick up and throw human beings across the air at far distances, and knock around and bring the pain to Apocalypse. Since he had, you know, that I'm in pain face and he was grunting and stuff when he was getting attacked by Quicksilver. Apocalypse is shown withstanding Scott's eye energy beam attacks, and they are shown to blast through and split apart trees and cave through solid ground. So that's something for his strength. But sadly, when it comes to his durability, okay, I don't mean to laugh. It's like damn, I really like Quicksilver, but it's like, what the hell? His durability is ass. Like, damn. Okay. So Apocalypse definitely scales above his horsemen, who are shown to sling around X-Men members like the Beast through cemented brick walls and stuff. But Mans got discombobulated when he fell on the ground. It's like when Jean moved that debris away from his feet to make him fall, it's like he fell on the ground and he got fucked up. Like, damn. And it makes it worse, the ground wasn't even like cracked up or anything. He just hit the ground and got messed up. So like, damn. But hey, at least he is shown having nice combative skills, and Mans was consecutively tapping, I assume it was like shatterproof or bulletproof glass to break out Magneto when he was like tapping it like a billion freaking times. And he's able to creatively move forward and pass by obstacles in his way very casually, and able to quickly deal with situations with his speed very quick. Get it? Because his name is Quick. Oh, okay, I'm gonna stop. Well, okay, so there goes Quicksilver. Now it's time for this character who carries the movies versus the character that makes movies flop. Okay, I'm joking. I mean, said. Okay, let me get to the fight. Okay, let me just keep it a buck. Quicksilver stands no chance against DCEU Flash. This Flash is faster. He packs more of a punch, and then they are, you know, both relative to each other in like durability, but at the same time, the Flash scales above him in durability, because like when he got shot down, by that parademon, and he fell on the ground. He had got like a torn wound on his stomach, and the worst thing that happened to him was that he got the wind knocked out of him. But when Quicksilver fell on the ground, he got his whole body snapped up and stuff. And then in character too, if Quicksilver goes for a strike on the Flash, in character he would just legit go out of his way just to dodge it, because he's shown just dodging regular human beings going for attacks on him at super speed when he doesn't really need to go that damn fast. And then in the Flash movie, when those Kryptonians were pretty much displayed that they're pretty freaking fast and they're able to like tag them and stuff, the Flash is like, okay, let me just go faster. So he'll just legit just be faster than Quicksilver in general. And then like, since he's faster than him and he can take him out in like a punch or whatever, if he want to be creative, he can run around, build up electrical charge, and like touch him and electrocute him. He can like phase his body and kill him that way. He can do so much to him, but most likely he'll just be nice and just push him. And once he pushes him, he'll be gone. So damn, like even though Quicksilver is cool, well, he's not cooler than him anymore, but I still like this Quicksilver way better than DCEU Flash. And yeah, Quicksilver stands no chance against him. But all right, now to talk about the next speedster from the boys, who's A-Train. Okay. So this is gonna be quick, and that is not a pun. Okay, that is not a pun. It's just that there's not much to truly say about A-Train. But alrighty. So A-Train in his race against Shockwave, when A-Train won the race, the screen showed his speed at 371 meters per second. And that's basically 830 miles per hour. And the announcer guy says his top speed was even faster than that. I believe he said 1,000 miles per hour. Yeah, he said like 1,000 miles per hour. And from that, A-Train can run at speeds fast to faster than sound, basically. But something I personally like to count is when he's able to weave Starlight's energy light blast and strike through with that pussy ass shove while her blasts were shooting out of her in slow-mo. So that's pretty good for him for his combat and reaction time, and to be up there with the light speed category. Speaking of combat, he hasn't shown he's like a combat fighting character. He's more like a dirty street brawler who will go out his way to backhand you, grab you by your head and bash it against the wall as many times as possible, choke you, grab you, and drag you across the ground running at his super speed, pulling a whole Cabal fatality. He's shown not really having a good battlefield awareness, but then again, when he got tagged by Huey at the Herogasm and got his leg broke by Kimiko, he was technically off guard and did not see those attacks coming. For his strength, he's able to smack Kimiko through a brick or cemented wall, crack up the ground when he runs at his super speed. He broke that cement barrier when, had his race with Shockwave. He could pick up normal sized people with ease, and he's even able to pull, my goodness, I don't even mean to say this. It's not a pun, okay? A-Train is able to pull a train. I didn't mean for that. And and at the end of season 3, he gets his heart replaced with that racist soups he Mortal Kombat did. And so it's safe to say safe to assume that he can run at his best speeds again, or maybe just run good in general without having heart problems or whatever. And yeah, so there goes A-Train. Wasn't much to say, but he's a speedster, and we're about to see what he got against the DCEU Flash. Okay, alright. So A-Train stands absolutely no chance against the DCEU Flash. Like, his best running speed is the speed of sound, and I can get him up there when it comes to light speed, when it comes to reaction timing and combat and stuff, but this Flash is overall just faster than light in general. He can literally run circles around this guy, and he's just dramatically faster than him. And since he's not really a combat fighter guy, and it's shown in the show when he does not see something coming, he could easily get his leg broken, and his Flash packs more of a punch than what his leg withstood. So like, this man stands no chance. And like, yeah, he doesn't stand a chance. I knew it, but at the same time, it's like I want to mention him, you know, try to help him out to make him at least up there in light, but it still wasn't enough. So yeah, all right. Now to the next speedster. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I personally really messed with Red Rush. I thought he was pretty dope, and he had potential to be my top favorite character of the series, so I had to add him in this vid. It's a darn shame Red Rush became a red tomato. Alright, enough of my fanboying. Now it's time to describe him. Alright, Red Rush, the speedster member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Guardians of the League. Wait, what the fuck are they called again? The Guardians of the X-Men Justice Society Z Fighter.
That one was on purpose.
Could have been.
Okay, I know that was corny, but I couldn't help myself. I had to do that. Okay, so I don't know how fast he truly is, but I can easily have him faster than electricity since a non-speedster character, Duplicate, is able to react and dodge electric attacks from that Shocker villain. And even though he was off guard, it's quite something Red Rush easily halted his crime attempt and restrained him via tying him up on that wall before he realized what happened. Okay, for the other stuff, he can move in his super speed effortlessly. I said that word wrong, I have a lisp, but effortlessly, fuck, I can't say the word. He's able to carry and move numerous people to safety very swiftly, well, kinda. He's shown to know how to fight and have a great battlefield awareness, and is a pretty smart thinker, to a degree. I say that because he quickly decides to move his team members away from Omni-Man's blows, preventing them from getting unalived. But Mans made a terrible mistake and decides to go on offense. Assuming he hasn't faced characters on his level of speed, he's shown to be pretty predictable and got grabbed. But to be fair, Nolan does have a crap ton of experience in the fighting category. Alright, for his durability. Okay, hear me out. Alright, so Omni-Man is shown to put some effort in popping Red Rush's head. In the show, Omni-Man is presented casually lifting and crushing and striking and bursting through some very sturdy and heavy objects and etc. Plus, within a crap ton of strikes on his chest, he eventually started to break his hands, and you can see some noticeable damages. That's quite something because Nolan is shown to be able to tank numerous of dozens of alien rifle energy-based shots, machine gun fire and missiles, a house explosion to the face, mark strikes, the same mark who was shown to be able to stop and sling a meteorite, and that big ass laser. And Omni-Man, along with his suit, is perfectly fine. I mentioned all of that because before Red Rush got his soul rushed out of his body, he was able to put some noticeable damages on the chest, like I mentioned earlier, and made Omni-Man cough out blood. On the first punch, Red Rush isn't dishing out power blows like the Immortal or Mark, but given the chance, he could stack a crap ton of damage, like even more damage than that big ass laser. That big ass laser, remember that big ass explosion what it did to the environment? He could stack a crap ton more damage than that, because that laser, the best it did on a second shot was give Omni-Man a bloody nose. So yeah, there go Red Rush. That, honestly, I had to legit like go by the smallest of details to make this guy seem as fast and strong and durable as possible, because he was only on screen for like a few minutes before, before he got. But yeah, so I fucked with Red Rush. That's the best I could think of. Hopefully I'm not missing anything. Maybe I'm missing something. He may be faster. I can't really think of anything. And yeah, so there go Red Rush. I bet you didn't expect me to scale Red Rush that way. But yeah, alright. Now it's time to see where the Red Rush got against the DCEU Flash. Alright, let's start. Okay, so the answer is pretty obvious, sadly. Red Rush stands absolutely no chance against this Flash. Man's just way too slow. Like, I was pretty lucky to even come up with the electricity feat. And but then again, he is pretty tanky. I can see the Flash going for strikes that would most likely not be effective, but since it was shown in the Flash movie, he would go out his way to run around to build up a charge to take out his opponent. Stacked with the fact that in the 4-hour cut of Justice League, he can build up a charge on a level of power of the planet-altering Mother Box Unity. Red Rush is definitely not that damn tanky, okay? And stacked with the fact that he isn't shown to be immune to electricity. Even though you technically don't know, but then again, he most likely can get electrocuted as well, so there goes that. Plus, going off of how Omni-Man unalived him, the Flash can easily take out Red Rush by phasing his arm through a vital area. Red Rush may be able to dish out a crap ton of damage with multiple strikes to take out this Flash, but sadly wouldn't be able to because of the speed gap and the other hacks abilities this Flash possesses. So yeah. But alright, now for the last speedster of this video, take on the DCEU Flash. Okay, CW Flash has some pretty good stuff, but I gotta be real. From what I was like researching and looking up, this Flash is so inconsistent. Like, there be parts where he's doing some cool ass shit in his show and in the crossovers, but then there be stuff that isn't that good, or just flat out bad, or just contradicts the cool stuff he did previously. Like, you know, not having a character be like, oh Barry, look, you're light speed, or the context behind the cool stuff he does isn't like a pure solo type thing, you know, for him, and etc, etc, etc. But I did round up a great amount of pretty good stuff for him, so I'm going to describe him as well as possible. Okay, so he can grab bullets out the air, react and dodge lightning. He can run through a portal that is closing within a few picoseconds, and he was a pretty good distance away from the portal, so that's something for him right there. He can make after images. When he was running with the Speed Force, he ended up running faster than a nuke's explosion and ended up preventing the nuke from nuking the area. I assume the context behind this nuke was that it's faster than lightning, because I had to look this up. So a nuclear explosion is slower than lightning. So there goes that right there. So I assume the nuke was faster than lightning, but just want to throw it out there. And he's also able to run in and out a freaking black hole. So that's really good for him right there. He destroyed a satellite with a punch. He can make a time remnant, or, you know, just a clone, basically, just to summarize it better, to be alongside him on the battlefield. He can phase through walls and able to make an explosion intangible just by touching and using his phase ability on the bomb. And that bomb was a fusion bomb. He can throw out his lightning as an attack, or use it to get high in the sky by throwing the lightning in the air, jump on it, and repeat. Okay, so like, he can also make his lightning and turn into an electrical energy based sword similar to a lightsaber. Mans is shown to be pretty freaking smart. He has accelerated healing. He faced many other speedsters in his, you know, series. He displays that he can fight pretty well, but not like some expert hand-to-hand combat guy. But, you know, he can, you know, show he knows how to fight pretty good. When he builds up a good enough amount of speed, he could run to different timelines and dimensions. He accidentally did that when he was trying to stop a tsunami by basically making a wall of wind to, you know, prevent the tsunami from hitting the area and stuff. And then he ended up running to a whole different timeline. Later on in the series, he was running to different timelines and dimensions and stuff like that. And it was one point he had a device on his chest to help him out to run to different dimensions and stuff. And there were other points where he had characters like Wally West to help him out, and also Supergirl to help him out to run to a different plane of existence, you know, help him build up speed and stuff like that. Oh yeah, speaking of Supergirl, so like, him alongside her were traveling around the Earth multiple freaking times, pretty freaking fast, to slow down time to stopping time. There's like a whole like context behind this thing, but basically him alongside her was helping each other out to do that time feat right there. And I ain't gonna lie, I kind of don't know the context of this. I tried to, I couldn't really like figure it out. I was going off the clip, but basically there was this bomb from this character who wants to steal people's like time or their lifespan, to be simple. And the bomb was supposed to go off, right? but the Flash was like running around the explosion so many freaking times, he ended up preventing it from like going off to like for it to spread around the city. I'm assuming he basically rewinded time for that specific like explosion. That's something right there. I could be wrong, but that's the first thing that came to mind. And oh yeah, there was this user, right? He had the negative still force, and he stopped Barry and basically trapped him in frozen time. Barry, with his speed force, was able to break free from that trap. And from what I said, this Flash has some pretty good stuff and things in his arsenal. He does have a lot of anti-feats, but I'm gonna just stick with all the good stuff, you know. But so after all that being said, now it's time for the DCEU Flash versus the CW Flash. Hopefully I'm not missing anything for this, like something dramatically great for CW Flash. But all right, here we go. Alrighty now, CW Flash is presented to edge out the DCEU Flash in intelligence, creativity, and tactical, with his abilities, hacks, and strategies. Stacked with him having a team helping him out with a bunch of stuff, but he is shown to still do stuff on his own. Combat wise, even though the DCEU Flash has displayed that he's gotten better in that category, in the Flash movie, he's taking out Kryptonians, but that's more of a speed thing other than him, outboxing him and stuff. CW Flash definitely edges out in combat since he's shown taking on other speedsters and a variety of characters who are shown to be pretty great combatants. From what is shown, CW Flash seems more tankier, going off his showdowns with the other characters and like parts when he's like getting punched or kicked in the air and like flies to like multiple cars and stuff and yada yada yada. Okay. So what's throwing this whole fight off is speed. I'm honestly shocked to say this, but the DCEU Flash is simply faster and can mess with time on a casual standpoint. I don't know if I'm missing something important, but literally I couldn't find anything on a cray level. Plus, I'm basically ignoring the context and contradictions of the CW continuity just to have him faster and light. Because, he ran in and out of a black hole, and him running around the planet multiple times fast as fuck with Supergirl in a few seconds, doing that dope ass feat. This Flash has ran to different like timelines, dimensions, and universes and fucked with time. I'm still pretty iffy on that explosion part I mentioned earlier, but like when he runs to do those type of feats, right, he basically has to build up speed and momentum to do so. Plus, I'm ignoring the assistance he had, with Wally West and Supergirl and the other times that it happened. But, he still did it on his own at certain points, so I'm just, discount that in general. And when he slowed down to even stop time, he did that along with Supergirl. Plus, they were basically pushing their limits like freaking Captain Yami and Asta and Black Clover, but other than, like sweating, they were like getting cooked like they were in a deep fryer. And the way it was presented, if the Flash was by himself doing what he did with Supergirl, it probably would have took him longer, or maybe something else would have happened. For the DCEU Flash, he's in general many times faster and light, and the context behind him fucking with time, he has to go well beyond the speed of light to do so. In the Flash movie, literally, Mans is casually going backwards, forwards, running to that weird sands of time dimension, and doing his timeline mumbo jumbo stuff. Like, I don't know if I'm missing something important. Hopefully I'm not. I'm just going off his solo stuff he did in the CW continuity. I couldn't find anything, crazy. Maybe his more crazier stuff is when he like absorbed the other users' powers and stuff. I don't know, but like, he has so many tools to win, but the speed and time manipulation thing is throwing this whole thing off. CW Flash isn't shown to be like this tank either, since the DCEU Flash is shown to pack a punch via, being able to take out those tanky ass Kryptonians. He can take out this Flash. I am honestly I'm just shocked because like the stuff, like when I'm looking up his CW Flash's like feats and stuff, right? I was like reading the comments to like help me out understand the context more, because they obviously watch the show more than me, or unless they just only watch out of context clips or whatever. But I read like a comment, like a few comments, right? And I'm like hyping up this Flash and like, okay, bet. I tried to look up the stuff they hyped up in the comment. I could not find it. I freaking YouTubed it, looked for like a compilation video of all the stuff he did, couldn't find it. I Googled it. Hell, I even Binged it. I Binged it. I couldn't find anything cray. Like, the crazy stuff he did was when there was context behind it. Like, you can't really do it like in a solo way, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm still shocked to say this, but that's pretty insane. This man beats everyone on his gauntlet. Like, but to be fair though, like, if I went purely off the statement for Makkari would definitely beat the fuck out of this guy faster than he could say brunch. And if CW Flash could win, it's probably when he like absorbed those other users' powers or something like that. I don't know, maybe not. Like, if I'm watching this video, of course. Like, if you could let me know if I'm missing anything important for CW Flash, let me know. But yeah, for the other characters, I did my thing with them, unless I somehow forgot something for them too. But yeah, that was the best I could do for the Flash, the CW one. And yeah, well, hopefully if you mess with the vid, you know, like, share it around, subscribe, and check out the channel. I have a variety of videos uploaded and I have more to come. So, you know, might as well stay tuned and see what else I'm gonna upload next. And yeah, that's the video, and have a good one.